Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and welcome back to Infineon, aka Sonoma. Yeah, I just like to call it Infineon because of Gran Turismo 4, not to mention, it also sounds cooler, so yeah. I like calling it Infineon instead of Sonoma. Sorry, guys. This year's O'Reilly Series Sonoma race begins with Shane Van Gisbergen jumping to the lead. Blaine Perkins spins around while SVG and Cruz try to battle for the lead. Brandon Jones goes off in misshifts and Alex Labe gets past him. Oh man. SVG continues to lead while Zilich gets loose and falls behind. Oh no, here we go again. LeVar Scott gets into the tire barrier. Thankfully, nothing major to report here. The caution just came out for debris. Ryan Sieg blew a tire when LeVar Scott got into him. Ah, crap. Not again. It's always with the pay drivers. Like, the only reason why Chris Wright even keeps getting seats all the freaking time is because of sponsorship money. But he's not a talented driver at all. He sucks. Yeah, money doesn't buy you talent, man. Anyways, the race restarts with SVG continuing to lead. Man, nothing can stop him, well, except for Coronado. Alfredo is in second. Wait, what? Jeb gets into the gravel trap after he loses control. Brandon Jones stalls, but he's thankfully safe as he makes it to pit road. Here we go. We get our first set of green flag pit stops. Zilich and Quap will come down to pit road. Zilich gets penalized for going too fast off the pit road. Not again. Creed is next to come down to pit road. As expected, Zilich had to come down to serve his penalty. SVG is next to come down to pit road to flip the stage. Anthony Alfredo continues to hold off Brent Cruz. Cruz gets loose, and just like that, we have Viking Motorsports' first stage win, and Anthony Alfredo wins stage number 1 of the 2026 O'Reilly Series race at Infineon, aka Sonoma. Holy crap, I did not expect that. Yeah, it's one thing for a top driver to hold off Brent Cruz, but Anthony Alfredo, that guy's a freaking underdog. But anyways, our first race off pit road begins, and Taylor Gray wins the race off pit road. Dang it! Cruz, you almost had it. We also get the pit crew spotlight during the broadcast itself, and we focus on Tanner Muse, who works for Sam Hunt Racing. But anyways, the second stage begins with Harrison Burton jumping to lead. Justin Allgaier locks up and spins out. Zilich jumps up to 6. Alfredo gets into the back of Sawalich, which causes Perkins to lose control. SVG gets the lead back, but Jesse Love is not slowing down. Don't let him get past you, man! And Harrison Burton gets into the grass. Oh no. Ross Chastain has issues with his car. And the caution just came out. Anyways, after the track got cleaned up, the race restarts with, yep, you guessed it, SVG and Jesse battling for the lead. Jesse Love wasn't able to get ahead of SVG, and SVG is back in the lead. Now that is what I want to see. Zilich takes second. Cruz and Gray battle for 8th. Even though Connor Zilich got the fastest lap, Shane Van Gisbergen continues to lead. SVG comes down to pit road to flip the stage and Zilich takes the lead. Even while holding off Sammy Smith, Connor Zilich still manages to win the second stage of the 2026 O'Reilly Series race at Infineon, aka Sonoma. But anyways, our next race off pit road begins, and as expected, Connor Zilich wins the race off pit road while Sammy Smith has issues on pit road. Ah, crap, here we go again. The third and final stage begins with, yep, you guessed it, Shane Van Gisbergen jumping to the lead as Jesse Love did not have a good start. Holy crapper, Anthony Alfredo is back in third. Zilich also gets past Sawalich for 8th. SVG has pulled away from Jesse Love, and he now has a 1.5 second lead gap. Dean Thompson lost control, and he got into the grass. He also got taken out by Brennan Poole. Zilich is now in 6th. Even with 24 to go, SVG continues to dominate. Zilich is back in 2nd. Yep, that's what you get for stealing his championship. Remember that. Cruz has jumped up to 6th. Ah, crap, Justin Allgaier got into the gravel trap. Austin Hill comes down to pit road and it's an unscheduled stop. Jesse Love is now in danger of losing third to Anthony Alfredo, and Brent Cruz has also gotten past Taylor Gray for fifth. It goes 3 wide and Anthony Alfredo gets away for both Jesse Love and Brent Cruz. Now, this is something I did not expect to see. Leland Honeyman has issues with his car and had to go down to pit road. Phew, that was a close call. He seems to have a misfire. Cruz got past Anthony Alfredo for third, but he is still 17 seconds behind Connor Silich. No lead changes, even with 3 to go. On the final lap, all Shane Van Gisbergen has to do is not make any hilarious mistakes and not have any cautions. Even lap traffic can't stop him, and just like that, Shane Van Gisbergen takes another win at Sonoma. Yes! Taylor Gray also ran a few. Anyway, he did get pushed by Brandon Jones, but still, I don't really care that much about Taylor Gray getting involved in a yellow. As long as he's not in front, that's fine. Now that's what you call teamwork. The race itself gets an 8 out of 10. It was good to see Shane Van Gisbergen win again, but it's still expected. I mean, there's not much point to seeing a NASCAR road course race when Shane Van Gisbergen is always going to win, unless that race is Coronado. But I'll be glad once Coronado doesn't appear on next year's NASCAR schedule. Yeah, a woman wants to see it, but I don't want to see it. Like, it was so disappointing that it basically doesn't live up to the hype. And I'm also filming this on the iPad because my main camera's battery died. Yeah, it's charging right now. It takes a while to charge. He also did his signature victory celebration where he kicked a rugby ball they signed. But anyways, it's time to sign off. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, then you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell just in case I already done so. Catch you guys next time, and peace out. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and welcome to the main event of the Sonoma, aka Infineon NASCAR Weekend. Yeah, I still call it Infineon Raceway. Bite me. This year's Toyota Save Mart 350 begins with Ty Gibbs and Carson Hocevar battling for the lead. Hocevar jumps up to the lead. SVG is trying his best to get past Kyle Larson, but it doesn't seem like he can do it. McDowell is now in second. Larson and SVG both get past Hocevar. SVG still can't get past Kyle Larson. Come on, SVG, get past him. Yes! He got past Kyle Larson. Never mess with the 3-time V8 Supercars champion. Yeah. Kyle Larson now has to hold off AJ Allmendinger. AJ gets past Larson as he, too, has had enough of being behind him. I'm sorry, but I really don't want Kyle Larson to win on road courses. Yeah, I know he's good on road courses, but he should not be beating 2 road course veterans, so yeah, it's best he stays behind. Larson is back and forth. Ah, crap. You had one job, AJ. One job. You should have blocked him while he had the chance. Even though he wasn't happy with how his car handled, SVG seems to be getting faster. He is now right behind Michael McDowell. He easily takes second from McDowell. He even cuts away at Ty Gibbs' lead gap. Is there anything that can stop him? Well, Coronado, but that's because it was a mess of a street circuit and it was a disappointment. SVG is still second behind, and he doesn't seem to be getting any faster. Hopefully, that will change with the pit stops. Chastain falls behind to 11th. SVG has slowly but surely creeped up to Ty Gibbs. Man, it's like nothing can keep him at bay except Coronado. Come on, SVG, don't let Gibbs hold you off. He has no business winning on road courses while you do. Zilich comes down to pit road. I really don't want to see Ty Gibbs beat SVG. Shane Van Gisbergen comes down to pit road to flip the stage as expected, yet Ty Gibbs stays out. Ah crap, Austin Dillon gets penalized for going too fast on pit road, as if him being terrible at turning right wasn't already bad enough. I really want Ty Gibbs to pit in. He ends up winning the first stage at Infineon, aka Sonoma. Hopefully, Corey Heim will teach him a lesson next year. I want to see Corey Heim kick his butt because yes, I'm more of a Corey Heim fanatic than a Ty Gibbs fanatic, and Ty Gibbs has had bad blood with Corey Heim, so yeah. I want to see Corey Heim beat that Nepo baby. And fun fact, by the way, Corey Haim's dad was not a race car driver or a guy who was involved in racing. He sold slot machines, yeah, slot machine monitors. But he was still involved in the gambling business and had to basically sell enough so he could fund his son's racing efforts. So yeah, it's pretty good they did that. And nowadays, Corey Haim is an exceptional talent that won last weekend's race. But anyways, our first race off pit road begins, and Ty Gibbs wins the race off pit road. You gotta be kidding me. Crap, Tyler Reddick has issues with his car, and he lost power steering. Dang it! Anyways, the second stage begins with SVG being pushed to lead. Zillage was in 7th and behind Denny Hamlin, who hasn't blown an engine. Yep, he's still in there. And I know for a fact that Denny Hamlin's not that good at Sonoma because he's known to blow an engine in 2024. Zillage got past Hamlin. Oh no, Ryan Blaney's cool shirt stopped working. Now that sucks, especially in an environment like Sonoma. Yeah, if your cool shirt stops working in a really hot track like Sonoma, you're pretty much screwed. SVG is now second ahead. Briscoe and Larson battle for second, and just like that, Kyle Larson no longer has any chances of winning as Chase Briscoe got past him. Bubba Wallace almost crashed out with Todd Gilliland. Phew. I'm glad we avoided another caution. Kyle Larson now falls back to 5th as Connor Zillage gets past him. Holy crapper, SVG is now 6 seconds ahead. Blaney gets past Briscoe for second. Zillage is now in 3rd. McDowell comes down to pit road. Briscoe and Hamlin are next to come down to pit road. Larson also joins in alongside him. Zillage and SVG are next to come down to pit road. John Hunter Nemechek gets penalized for going too fast on pit road. Not again. Why you guys do this? As SVG pitted, Ty Gibbs does the stage sweep. But anyways, several drivers come down to pit road, and Ty Gibbs wins the race off pit road again. Yeah, if Corey Haim's in there, and he races full-time next year, you're probably not going to be as confident to win a race, because Corey Haim's better than you. He has more talent, and he's not a Nepo baby, but he's better than you, man. No offense, by the way. I just like Corey Haim better than Ty Gibbs. Christopher Bell also has issues on pit road. Dang it! Anyways, the third and final stage begins with SVG and Zillage battling for the lead. SVG pulls away, but not by much as CZ tries putting the pressure on his teammate. Contact ensues, and the caution just came out for a huge incident. The race restarts with SVG jumping to the lead as Zillage has had a terrible start. Another incident occurs and Denny Hamlin loses control, but no caution was thrown. Todd Gilliland also lost control and had to get back on the track. Zillage and Briscoe battle for second. Oh man, Chase Elliott slides and John Hunter Nemechek also loses control. Phew. That was close. Contact ensues with Briscoe and Zillage, and Briscoe manages to hold him off. Ty Gibbs gets past Ty Dillon for 10th. Briscoe and Zillage continue to go at it for second. Reddick comes down to pit road. He's 4 laps down. Ryan Preece is next to come down to pit road, and AJ Allmendinger joins alongside him. Briscoe and Zillage come down to pit road. Oh no, Connor Zillage has issues on pit road. Dang it! SVG pits in a lap later and stays ahead of Chase Briscoe. All thanks to the Verstappen strat and his pit crew that is, well, not actually a bunch of homeless people that lived by the track house building, but professional athletes, including one former NFL player. Yep, that's right. An NFL linebacker became part of SVG's pit crew. Yeah, pretty cool, isn't it? Larson is now in the lead. Christopher Bell is next to come down to pit road. Here we go. Kyle Larson and Ty Gibbs make their pit stops. William Byron is next to come down to pit road and gives up the lead to Ross Chastain until he too pits in. We also get our next set of green flag pit stops while SVG continues to lead. With 20 to go, SVG continues to lead, as expected, because he's always good at road course racing. Zillage and Larson battle for third as he wants to get third back. Yep, Kyle Larson got past Connor Zillage. Frick. The battle for third continues as Ty Gibbs has joined the chat. Brad K and Austin Cindric have contact as Brad K gets past him. Gibbs gets past Zillage for fourth, but he won't give up that easily. Briscoe Briscoe almost got close to SVG, but he easily gains his lead gap back. He's just managing his tires, that is all. Lap traffic becomes a factor. As blue flags are more of a suggestion than a rule in NASCAR, Suarez manages to hold SVG off. Briscoe makes a mistake and he falls behind. Yes! That's exactly what I want to see, because, I'm sorry man, but Chase Briscoe has no business winning on road courses. I want to see Shane Van Gisbergen, an actual road course ringer, win a road course, not some oval guy and dirt track guy. Just a good old-fashioned road course veteran. That's who should be winning. With 3 to go, SVG continues to lead. SVG gets held up by the number 51 car by Cody Ware. Of course, it's going to be driven by Cody Ware, because who else? On the final lap, the battle is on. Briscoe's trying his best to prove that he could beat SVG, but he can't make the pass, and just like that, Shane Van Gisbergen holds off Chase Briscoe for an epic win against all odds. Yeah, time to get the Red Bull, because that was an epic victory. Easy 9 out of 10 if you ask me. Shoot, I gotta get this can of Red Bull open. Yes! It is easily one of the best Sonoma races, if you ask me. And I always enjoy watching Shane Van Gisbergen win. So yeah, here's a toast to you, Shane Van Gisbergen. Because you deserved it. But anyways, it is time to sign off. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell just in case I already done so. Catch you guys next time, and peace out.